opportunity, Lord, guide us in every decision that we should make. Lord God, we want to do your will and not our own. Increase in us that we may decrease, that your will and yours alone be followed. These and other blessings we ask in your son Jesus' name, we pray.
Amen. Councilwoman, you want to tell them why we are here today while I look up the minutes to read?
Yes. Good evening. We are following up with the lease agreement, the agreement renting the city buildings. We changed some language in the contract, and we're here to discuss the agreement. Some of the payment had changed in the contract, so we want to talk about it because the committee never had talked about this, and we wanted to discuss this, and also if some things that we in this fee changing that we don't understand. The city attorney told me I could call. We can have him on speaker on the phone too, and he would explain a lot to people who had questions. Listen, 1 minute.
All right. Microsoft Word is pulling up. All right, I'm going to, I'll probably skip over some of this. I think it's pretty long.
It is pretty long.
The recommendations on the last page.
Okay, recommendations on the last page. So we met February 6, 2019, with a call to order and roll call, invocation. And then the items that we discussed was building rental. Building rental, again, I'm going by the highlights, and then I'll give you all the recommendations that we made. So it looks like basically, and then recommendations, okay. So, recommendations at the bottom. Concerning contracts was remove the staffing from the contracts, and I think that's the major reason that we're here today. Concerning that, we talked about the gates, I guess you'll expound on that, the gates, cameras, and Mr. Pete to make a monthly report. And that was on February 6th, so I guess we're due for a monthly report. Also for Mr. Pete. Those were the 4 recommendations.
Yes.
And so there was a conflict concerning what we recommended versus what we received in the last council meeting. If you were present, there was a conflict versus this contract we received versus the actual recommendations that we made to the council. And so the recommendations that we made were not reflected they were reflected in the contract, but additional stuff was also reflected in the contract that we did not recommend, which brought us to this meeting on today. And one of the ones I heard, Councilwoman, if you don't mind, that stuck out with me was there was a $500 note
Yes.
on something,
Yes.
and I forgot the other thing that stuck out with me. Stuck out with me because I know we didn't discuss $500 anything at the meeting.
Yes, and I would like for you to, yes, we did not discuss about the $500 fee going up, and the attorney talked to him, he agreed, he said that him and Corey had discussed it.
Yes. I spoke with Attorney Jones as well because I took the meeting minutes and he called and he wanted a copy of those meeting minutes, so I emailed it to him, and he said, actually, Councilwoman Jackson, as you're aware, I meet with Council President Wood on Thursdays. I'm not sure if it's every Thursday or the Thursday before the council meeting. And he informed me, I asked him about the security deposit because that was something that we did not address. And he said that I asked him about $500 and said that the president said, okay, he thought that was a good idea. He said he did not speak with the mayor regarding this at all, said this was a conversation. He said, and he just put in that amount because he knew that we were going to have a meeting. And so this is just the first draft of what he's done, but he put in something because it was something in the other contract and we never addressed it. So he wasn't sure if we wanted that to change or not. And so that's why we're here today. If we want to say the same, he did, however, state that when renting anything, that if there was anything done to our building, it would cost us more than the 100 or possible 250 security deposit, and that's why he suggested the $500, but it does not have to remain that amount. It would be the committee's decision.
Can I give you a heads up on that?
Mm-hmm.
About the way that thing is handled? From when I worked at public buildings, when you do a security deposit, that's like a separate check, and they just hold it, and then they give it back to the people when they finish. Because of the way the city only writes checks on the 1st and the 15th, it facilitated giving the person that was renting it their money back. So if you're gonna change the way you do that, that may need to reflect in here too, because that check is never really deposited, it is merely held until the event's over.
Yeah, I was gonna explain it to her.
Okay.
Thank you, Candy. So.
Well, I didn't know whether y'all knew that.
Yeah, I didn't know she was taking questions from the audience either.
Sometimes y'all don't know these things. That's all.
Okay, well, I did know, but she was gonna, I really didn't know I was gonna ask. Thank you, Karen.
So the check is always held, and you actually don't have to reflect that part about the check being held in the contract at all, because it's refundable. And if I give you your check back, then you got your money back. It is always refundable. The amount is what's in question. The $500 amount
Okay, let
is
me
what's
ask
in
you
question.
this.
And there was something else in the contract too.
I think the other thing, which I thought you brought up at the end of the meeting, because I actually.
I probably did. I was trying to scroll through to see what the actual thoughts
Because
were.
I actually asked you about that, was the having your own insurance.
Yeah.
Something
yeah.
that we didn't.
Oh, yeah.
require,
We discussed
having
that.
your own
Yeah, that's
what he
insurance.
said.
So we didn't discuss that.
Never discussed
Right.
it.
And I sent that
What
to
did you
you. I actually sent that to you that day, and I think we had it as a part of this a work session or something. Having your insurance, because other facilities that are not, people that are not currently using us, they're going to other places, they're having to do that. And I thought it would relieve some of our insurance. But therefore, if they had their own insurance, it wouldn't cause for a huge deposit amount. We just have to know what it would take to clean it up, because if there was damage to the walls or anything significant, then insurance would cover it. And they said that the insurance is minimum, like maybe $100,
Yeah, $100.
$75, which is something that currently they're not using us and they're getting. I think is something that should be. And I don't know if we actually discussed it. I remember texting you, and then we did have a discussion here at work session.
Right, it was brought up then at that time. And what did he say
And he
in your conversation with the attorney? Did he have a recommendation either way?
No,
Or
he-
a thought either way?
No, he said this
Okay.
is you all's contract.
But he did say, he called me today. He said he would explain to you why, about the insurance going. He said normally if an event, if somebody fall at this event and they break their leg or something, or harm themselves, he said, and then they would try to sue the city, because the city, it was in their building. So he's saying that's why he asked. He said it's not cheap, it's not that much. Anyone that have an event, you take out a little small insurance, just in case if something happened to someone, a guest or somebody comes and hurt themselves, it will be covered up under their
Liability
event.
insurance.
It will be covered up under.
And I think more than just liability, but you know,
But let me
they tear up our building.
Can I,
Put him on phone.
let me put him on here, let him explain to you. Is it okay?
Yeah.
He said for it.
Don't get into other conversations.
No, we just gonna
Go
do it.
ahead. Because,
Well, he told me, he said, I didn't bring.
I mean, I understand what you're saying, so don't call him for me.
Right.
Oh,
we
I'm
don't say
calling
we don't-
for me.
Okay.
Oh, I understand.
Yeah, I'm calling, the reason why I'm calling him for me, for my committee meeting, because he was the one, and Corey made this decision.
I mean, but I totally understand.
We're in agreement with that. That's what we're saying. We're in
I
agreement.
totally understand.
So
and-
you don't
and
have
I
to
don't
make
need-
charges for this.
Yeah, I don't need his
Charges
services.
for this call?
Yes, because
Yes.
he charges us by hour.
Well, he ain't be on, then on you at the road club.
Hello?
Hey, Attorney Woody?
Yes, ma'am.
I would like to ask you this question. Can you explain,
Let him know he's in a public meeting.
you're in a public meeting
You're on
and,
speakerphone.
and you're on speakerphone.
Okay.
And I just want to clear up about the insurance on, when we, rent the building, the reason why.
Right. The liability insurance that we have on there for the user,
Yes.
yes. The reason for that? Is that what you want to know?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so it's up to you guys. This is one of the things I added in there, and I think we talked about it one of the first work sessions a month or so ago. So, say my church is renting the building and somebody walks in, slips and falls, gets hurt, whatever. They're gonna sue probably the user who's renting it, and then they're gonna sue the city too. Right now, when they sue the city's liability policy, who's with AMEC, would defend the case. And if, like say my church that's renting it, if you want to require them to get insurance, you can do that, and they can just go get a liability policy, and it would be naming the city as an additional insurer. That way, when the city gets sued, the city's insurance doesn't have to pay to defend the case, and the person who's renting it, that policy would be defended. It's kind of typical when somebody's renting something or leasing something to add that in there just to lower the risk for the city.
Well, thank you, Attorney Jones. Can I ask one other question? Will that policy also include if there was damage to our building, or is this security deposit just for
No,
that?
that was what I did for the deposit. That was just a liability policy.
Okay.
I didn't act, so I called Jerry, Jerry Peak Insurance handles the city's insurance, about having the city as an additional insurer and having a liability policy, and we can do that. I don't know if you can get one for damage. I didn't ask him, so I can call him and ask him, but this one is just dealing with strictly with liability.
Okay, I'll actually, since it's not really a legal question, I'll call him and ask him if you trust the answer I give you.
Of course.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I don't.
I know with the liability, he said it'd probably be, don't hold him to it, but roughly $100 to get a single event liability policy. Sometimes you can even have it on your homeowners already, so, you wouldn't even have to get one if somebody has it on their homeowners policy. But I would think maybe a little more to add, property damage, but probably shouldn't be a lot more since it's just for one day.
We were looking at the cost for the $500 deposit, and if we had the damage on there, that could lower possibly the deposit, and the deposit just be for if they were unable to clean it. Yeah, if they didn't clean it or get it, take care of it, then we could have someone come in and clean it, and that cost could be offset by the security deposit. I think that's what we were looking at, it's just having the liability and the building damage.
Yeah, you can do it that way. And that number, that's completely up to you guys. I just put that number in there because I know it's expensive to fix things if they break.
Right.
And I figured most things would cost more than $250. And I didn't know what the deductible was either for the city. So I figured 500 was a good number. But again, all this is up to you guys to change. This is just a draft.
Yes, sir. Thank you so very much. We've taken about 5 of the 6 minutes we need. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, I'm gonna text Mr. Peak and see if he's available, and we can ask about that, if you don't
Yeah,
mind.
but he sent Corey a lot of stuff for us, we're supposed to have for this meeting.
So I'm in agreement that if they have to have their insurance anyway, this is security deposit needs to go back to where it was.
Right.
It needs to go back to, the amount that it was, because they now have to have insurance.
Okay.
So security is for if you come in and you use it, you don't clean, you don't mop, you don't sweep, you don't take the trash to the dumpster. We keep the security deposit and pay someone to do that you did not do. We pay
Okay.
somebody, we have to pay a cleaning service to come in and do what you didn't do. So we need to take in my opinion, we need to take it back to where it was.
Well, we're saying we're gonna take it back if we can get the damage insurance, or we're gonna take it back regardless.
I'm saying, since they have insurance, they have to have their, if we're
Hey,
going that route.
Okay, right now they have to have the liability insurance, but what
Right.
about damage? If you
Right.
can't get the damage on there, do you wanna revert back, or if you can get the damage?
Oh, no, I'm all for going back to the deposit where it was.
Cause they got to pay more money.
Mhm. Yeah, they're gonna be out of more money regardless.
More money regardless, if you include the damage in there.
Mhm. They're gonna be out of more money, like, period. So now it's no longer you pay, let's say a building is 300, you're gonna pay 300 plus whatever you gotta go find. The insurance you gotta go find, plus you also, so there's 3 payments. The rental payment, the insurance payment, and the security deposit payment. So, and we wanna rent buildings.
Yeah, we do.
You know, this is the, we used a local, place for my niece's baby shower, and we had to pay all those fees, and that's what really
Do you
got me.
remember what the insurance was?
It was just over.
I know at the fashion show we just had,
Yeah.
I remember, being told it was 240 something.
Okay, what did they pay for the event? I went to Sunday. They had the convention center. Did they had to pay for its insurance?
No, because it's not in effect.
It's not in effect yet. But so we, now, if we come to our conclusion on what you just said, then we will put this to the floor.
There'll be 3 fees that have to be paid.
Okay,
2 to us and 1 to the insurance company.
okay.
I think that we definitely need to, ensure that there's damage. The liability, I think it's great.
Yeah.
We really need that, and I think, his forethought and he said we should discuss it at that work session, and we did, because, that's something that we would have to incur with all the other, things that we're incurring with our insurance. We don't wanna lose them.
Yeah.
Because we have so many claims, so I think,
Yeah, we got a lot.
yeah, so I think that's a great thing, but if we included that liability and they could do it for 100, 125, and then we could take that deposit back down to whatever maybe the cleaning service may charge,
Yeah.
150, 200.
Yeah.
You know, or something but so it'd be reasonable.
Yeah.
But
It gotta be
it
reasonable.
also, it wouldn't put the city
Yeah.
at disadvantage, because, you know, they're paying. And those buildings that they're renting currently, with my niece rent, it was well over the amount that, you know, the city charges. You know, she would love
Oh,
that
yeah,
in the
I know.
city.
And then the buildings
And we need to
that,
rent these buildings.
yes, and the buildings that people
Get that
going,
shot
getting now, they got to pay insurance. They have to pay insurance. They pay
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
rent, and they have to pay the
Insurance,
deposit, all that. And then they have to pay for the insurance.
And they're still renting them.
Yeah,
I mean,
they still renting.
one in particular is you almost can't get a space. So I don't think if we raise this and put the city in a less vulnerable position, that we would be actually ostracizing them. I think, you know, if it's your wedding and you're gonna have it, you're gonna do what's necessary, and our fees are reasonable. Our fees are.
So we gonna stick with the payment, the first payment that we had, that we agreed to do when the building was rented before the first time?
Yeah, I think we're still in agreement on the building rentals.
Okay.
We're in agreement on the building rentals, but we need to discuss them putting in, well, it's already in the contract, and it made it to the contract, whether to keep in the insurance or not, and I'm in agreement myself. I don't know how Michael feels, but he's not here. I'm in agreement to keeping the insurance in there, causing the renter, to have that. Especially since we are now taking, staffing away.
Wait a minute. Oh, okay. They said the George Evans building that we do no prom. At George
Oh, yeah,
Evans.
they don't do any teenage stuff. Oh, yeah.
And it's just at the George Evans.
Yeah, just that one. They trying to preserve at least one building.
I think all else is pretty standard.
That's the
And
only.
just take the $500 back down to the deposit. Deposit amount. Which I think was 150, I'm not sure. Got my old contract.
Here go the old contract right here.
Do you have one?
Right, the sticking out, the loan. That's the old,
Okay, let's see what the deposit is.
that's the old.
Decorations, behavioral. good.
If I had some, we
Smell like lotion.
hey, that would have been, me and Dave would have been back in the back seat.
Cancellation, set up, floor plan, fees, okay. Rental fee. You see it? Not yet.
But that's it. That's the whole contract.
It's $100. Rather than give it $100 check. Pretty good.
Not again. You think it's in here though, it's the old one.
That's it.
This is the recent one?
Yes, that's it. That's the
This
one.
is April 2014 though.
But that's the one that, they gave you. They had changed now.
I think the deposit was written on a recent one.
Well, that's the one they had.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one, that's what I got. That's what was given. Remember we said we didn't have
Okay.
I didn't have a contract showing
Mhm.
about, that's what was given to me.
Okay, so, Maya said she believed that the deposit was $100.
$100.
So we need to
I don't
find out,
get
okay. I don't see it.
I don't see it. I don't recall. Don't quote me on that.
I don't see it in there.
But do we have it in the new,
Well, you have your public buildings lady here, you already allow her to speak once.
okay. I'm gonna allow you to speak again. I have a question. In the contract.
The deposit amount.
The deposit amount is, what was it?
What was, it was different at different buildings.
Yeah.
So each building had a different deposit.
And also, if you were a city employee, you got a special rate. Is that no discontinued?
We know about that one.
Yeah, here it is. A secure deposit in the amount of $100 shall be
Okay.
paid to the city of Selma by the user at the time of the final balance is
So it's
received.
our
So it's just gonna be $100?
That's all.
That's all in the country.
This is the city's contract. I told them for personal
Well, the
use,
one
I thought it was
that
100.
I used was a long one, and it was multiple.
That's the one,
That's it.
yeah.
Well,
It's supposed to be all the
It was
same.
like carbon, like pink and
Oh.
yellow, it was different.
That's the
papers.
same
That's
carbon,
about
it's
it.
just a black and white
It's
copy.
just a black and white. They just gave me a copy.
I got you.
So, you want me to write on this one, Councilwoman?
Yes. What kind of pen you want?
Got a blue instead of black? Red, would be nice.
I go find you one. A red one.
Oh, you
Look
have
at
to,
mine.
I'll look.
Look at my cup.
And then,
Is there a blue one?
and no pens, yeah, all pens.
I
Well,
got
this
one.
may
I
be
got
one.
one.
Okay,
I got one.
that's the one that doesn't work. Just
Well,
wanna make it.
$100 isn't really very much if they break something.
Right.
Well, they gotta get insurance.
They got to buy insurance too.
That's different, that's liability insurance. That's like if they bust a toilet in the room, it's gonna cost you way more than $100.
Well, we're actually asking, I got a text into Attorney Pete, what we asked, the Attorney Jones is they could provide damage and liability. So if we can get the damage and liability, we would need to determine how much someone would charge to come in.
And of course, if you were at the Oldie Phone, Phone Smithman, you got things that are, more valuable than at the convention center. But you've got some valuable things at the convention center too, because you've got those busts and those paintings in there.
You're right.
Well, let's hope we keep a good track record. So what else?
But this is what has been in the contract. I thought, what I said to them is I thought it was $100 based.
Yeah,
on
cause I was thinking
the 2 or
150,
3
so I knew it
times
was
that
a flat something.
Right.
All across the
And,
board.
I remember getting $100 back, and this is what is written in the agreement based on revised April 8th, 2014. So this was prior to me coming in.
But that's still,
That's not a lot, but it may change based on what he says if we can get liability. But I think if we can get liability, then we definitely not liability, damage and liability.
What else?
Those were the two things, the fee of the $500.
Mhm.
And then you said we recommend we go back to the regular fee that they were
We got that one.
And then we talk about the insurance.
Okay, and I think that's what brought us here, so I think that's already in the contract.
Yes, okay.
We were wondering how it got in the contract, when it wasn't a recommendation.
So are we,
So let's make sure it is. Okay, legal issues. Okay, that's what
Look at decorations.
declaration?
on the new contract.
Hold on.
How about?
That's why I said, look at
Declaration?
decorations.
Oh, okay.
Okay, who put that in there?
I'm not sure.
We didn't do that. Look at the new.
Oh,
Officer.
let me come here. Okay, so it's just, he went by what he saw.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
We follow.
But that's not the practice.
I was just about to say, have we ever done that? We don't want to do something that we're not
Yeah.
adhering to, if it ever comes.
So he went by this, right?
Yes. Inappropriate behavior. Okay.
The city reserves the right to photograph the event.
Who came with, that's in there?
They can't photograph my kids at youth conference. I have private conversations with them.
Who put that, what is it that in there?
The right to photograph the event and publicize it for promotional purposes.
I guess what they're saying, if you have a beautiful wedding, and it's probably on Facebook anyway, or a beautiful reception, they want to say, this is how the Carl Morgan building can be transformed, or this is
Yeah,
how
but I
yours
don't need you
needed.
to be able to publish my wedding pictures without my permission.
When you give me permission when you sign this contract.
That's what I know,
say.
we need to remove that. No decoration, let me take, okay, I need that. Portraits, okay, very well. Hold on, turn that off.
Let me tell you all something. I know you may not want to do this, but chairs and tables, what we provide, are not included in other facilities. I just want you to know that they charge more. So,
Somebody's gotta sell.
right. Well, I think they have to set them up. Is there gonna be additional charge to set up?
If we don't have any staff.
Right.
Well, they bring their own people.
I know most people set their up, but there is a setup option, there's a
Right.
setup option, and there's no way that you know what damage is if you don't set it up yourself.
Right.
So you can't come and tell me I damaged something, you didn't set it up.
That's right.
I can
So
hold it out. and
since
tell
we
you.
don't, since
So
the
is there
staff,
gonna be a setup fee?
Yeah,
who gonna set it up? We don't have staff to set it up.
they set up, they got somebody's been setting it up, I don't know
Well-
who set it up, but most people, most people set up their own events, especially for weddings.
Yeah.
You hire somebody to set.
Okay. So what I'm saying, what she just said, about the setup,
I mean, it's in the contract.
I know.
Yeah.
So we're gonna keep that in there according to the way it said?
Yeah, nobody said that they didn't want.
Okay.
When you had the public buildings folks here, they didn't disagree to it. The only thing they wanted to do, they said take them out of the staffing part, but they did not want to be present.
Yeah,
Because they didn't
all
have
the
the staff.
staffing.
Not that they didn't want to be present, they said they didn't have the staff to be present.
Okay.
And that was their thing, and you had, I think, well, you had everybody,
Well, we've been having,
And I mean, if we only have those, 2 people in that department,
but
then how are they going to roll tables around, move them around, push them
They have
around,
been
bring
doing
out the chairs?
they've been having volunteers been helping.
Oh, okay, I was
You
gonna say
know,
they've been doing.
he's been volunteering.
Who?
Robert,
Yeah.
he's been, cause he did.
Well, I mean, I think if we're going to have a setup, there needs to be a setup fee. If we're going to set it up, because that volunteering is wonderful, but that's compensation. If, I mean, you could choose not to,
But
but
he's
you're
stopping
using,
now. But they're gonna have to be.
you're gonna, right, and if we don't have it.
So
we-
what
we
is the
don't want
setup
them-
fee? So we're gonna be at $1,000 in a minute. What is the setup fee gonna be?
What I don't want to do is say, well, you can't have your event because we don't have anyone to set it up. Then we'll start receiving those calls. If it's, say, $25 setup fee or $50 setup fee, then as you stated.
Yeah,
Then we'll know.
I'm just saying, how much do we wanna go up to these buildings? I wanna rent buildings, not let them see.
Right, I don't.
It's time to
We're
rent,
adding a
people
whole
been
lot of
trying to
fees.
get them.
We're adding a
Yeah,
whole lot of fees.
well, I'm not adding the fees.
We're adding a whole lot of fees.
Well, I'm just saying, we don't have the staff, so we're gonna have
Yeah.
to contract with someone, obviously, to make sure that they're set up.
Mhm.
And if we contract with someone, we don't have the funds out of city, and we shouldn't take it out of our building fees.
So that's what I'm saying, how much do we want a setup fee? If you're gonna add a setup fee, how much is it gonna be?
I think it needs to be, at least $50, because there's gonna be a setup and breakdown. Because somebody's gonna have to roll all those tables back, put all those chairs up,
Just don't do it. Say no setup. Then they have to do like Ms. Benjamin said. They
and do
have
it
to
themselves.
Yeah.
But
They
no,
no
no
longer
So, no, the city has to, at some point, if you're gonna charge me for something that's damaged, you need to have seen it before setup.
Yeah.
Which means you need to
Gotta
have been
do a walkthrough.
involved in a manner, either you're gonna walk through and look
You have
at
to
it,
do a
or
walkthrough.
you're gonna set it up, or
Look
because
at everything.
if you tell me something was damaged and you weren't there at the time of setup, you can't tell me
That's
it
right.
was damaged.
Can't.
I can say, I pulled it out of your storage room like this.
And then like you said, the staff don't want to be there, so you gotta have.
They're gonna have to come.
You're gonna have to.
They're gonna have to come before and after.
Yeah.
There's no way you can charge for damages if
If
you
they
don't
don't come
come
check.
before and after. Even if you leave, you come, check out this list.
List.
Here's the checklist.
Mhm.
I agree, you agree. We both sign. I come back,
And you go back.
I do another walkthrough, I check out, I agree, you agree.
Well, they have
We
two
sign.
people, they have two people over there, so one of them can do that.
And that's just opening and closing.
That's what I'm
You-
saying,
you
that's
got-
all they have to
You
do.
have to open and close anyway, regardless. The city
So they just
has
have to come back, that's what they do anyway.
Yeah, because we don't pass out keys.
Well, she comes back, Terry, oh, I seen her, she comes back, after and she goes through, walk through and look.
It has to be a walkthrough.
Have to
And
be.
and they said they would do a walkthrough. What I'm concerned with is, let's take the Evans building, for example. You know, the tables are kept in a room
Yeah.
where our board for all of our microphones and
Mhm.
technology is kept.
Mhm.
I don't think we should just have everyone going into that
Yeah.
room, because you could do one thing on that mic board, and we
That's
may
why I
not
said they
discover
need
it
to
for
set
6
up.
months,
Yeah.
that it's even broken.
City gonna have to do.
You gotta do
So
a
So we're
walkthrough.
gonna have to
You're
set
gonna
up,
have to.
and if we contract, I just don't believe that the physical demands may be a problem to contract, is what I'm saying.
So we're discussing setup fee now.
Yes, ma'am.
So are we at a consensus at $50?
I think if we contracted someone like the gentleman named, or someone else.
Someone
that-
who's done it before.
Who's done it before, that knows how to set up and, break down the tables, is familiar with the buildings, then I think, $50 come in and move it into place and move it out of places. It's not, move it back,
Check out this setup and breakdown.
set up and break down.
So they're gonna know they're getting both.
And they wouldn't break down until, or set up until they come over with the staff member when they do the walkthrough. Because there has to be a walkthrough before and
Gotta
after.
be a walkthrough and a checklist.
Right, and so when they do the checklist, they allow them to set up, and when they finish the checklist, they allow them to break down. Or they call them to break down.
Can't be optional because the city's gonna have to do it.
Right.
Got to do it,
Mhm.
'cause they don't have
So
to
it
keep.
just have to be a fee. Are we at an agreement at $50? At $50?
Set up and break down.
I'm sure Mike will agree with that.
But he was invited to the meeting.
Okay. Y'all look through all the bullets?
I did.
Look through the alcohol bullets?
Yeah, I was looking at it too.
Wait a minute. City reserves right to provide security, and as to provide security, users must provide and pay for adequate security. The city of Selma City name and telephone number, security guard must be, yeah, this came from an old,
Old-
contract.
Old contract?
Yeah, because in the new one, it tells you the number that you have to have for adult event and the number that you have to have for a teenage party.
So they took one of the old contracts that they had,
Yeah,
What-
yeah. Because here it tells, it's only requiring you to have a security guard.
They have it for the teenage parties, they said, I thought it said two.
Is it broken down in a different place?
yes,
It needs to
it
all be,
is.
it needs to all be under security. Where is it on?
Restrictions.
And George,
For all teenage parties, banquets, it said public
Single,
arena must
So
have
they got it
two.
all separate.
separate.
So did they name, police officer?
They said,
The number,
Lieutenant
I mean.
Fox must be contacted. Her.
They put a name in here?
Lieutenant Natasha Fox must be contacted to retain the office to do the police officer.
We don't need a name in here. What if she's no longer with SPD? There needs to be a position in here, not a name. This contract is gonna go on for long after we're gone. We need a position, not a name.
But can you say, who?
A captain.
A captain?
It said the Selma Police Department.
Can you put that, one of them?
It says police.
Yeah, we need to.
Well, we don't need the name.
Take the name
Take
out.
the name out.
No problem, use dances at the areas, all teenage parties, have 2 uniform off-duty officers.
Yeah,
And right, because what if someone's on vacation or something that you
She'll
need
never
to
be
get?
playing no more.
Yeah. I mean, what if you take the job somewhere else? You don't name names, you don't name names like that, on contracts like this.
You put the, so we can take that name.
Do we not want to name a position or just say SPD?
Selma Police Department.
SPD designated
Right.
person.
Or
And then person staff.
Mm-mm. Just put what
Person staff.
on top.
Okay. Selma Police Department.
Because if you call the police department,
They'll
they
tell
can
you.
direct you to the
They can direct you. That's their
right
job.
person.
User must contact Selma Police Department to retain the office to. The center track lights must remain on at all times. They didn't specify the adult parties, but I know we have to have one.
Yes, they did say that.
They did. Is it under
any-
restriction?
No, ma'am, it's under, alcohol.
Everything is,
Or, it's under alcohol.
all of that could have gone under security.
And Angie, right here, on the alcohol.
When an admission fee
Mm-hmm.
is being charged at the door, is a user duty? Oh, yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true. So, if any money is attached and they have alcohol, they have to go to the ABC board. That's ABC law. So that's true, that is correct.
And this way, okay, we gotta take this out right here. We got it right here.
Her name is again
For,
under alcohol.
it's again, her name up on here, where it said for any events which alcohol is being served. You provide-
you ain't talking about it?
I told you something ain't right.
He had to.
Take this out.
Baby, we never put this in here.
Maybe he spoke with the chief of police.
We can
He
take
spoke with
this out.
somebody.
He would do that.
We need to take
He
this
spoke with
out.
somebody.
Let it come out.
Put no names in no contract like that.
And here again, they got her. Got her all in here. Go.
Find all that, find all the names.
Right.
Okay,
I
this
think
got
she's
to come out.
got him covered.
About 3 or 4.
She got here and here. We need to take it out, up on the alcohol.
We don't know, been that.
And somebody, and then his council usually respond to contact the Selma Police Department, so we put it, not
Selma
her.
Police
We
Department.
don't have to contact.
Selma Police Department. Selma Police Department.
No.
Okay. Anywhere else?
Let me
I
see.
think she got it.
Let me see, somewhere.
I got her marked out in 3 places.
You got my 3 places?
That's, when I read over, that's how many times I thought I saw it.
And you could just tell him how home when you give it to Woody, just tell him, anywhere you see that, replace it with Selma Police.
Okay.
Just in case we miss one.
Okay.
Are we gonna put, I know we have $100, are we gonna put if liability, or if damage insurance, or we're just gonna know that we're gonna have it by the time we vote on it?
You just let us know, because we got like a week and a half,
Okay,
yeah.
I text him,
We got a week
and so
and a
if it'll go back up if we don't,
Yeah.
and we, hopefully it won't have to
Yeah.
go back up.
Right.
We can just get them something to take it.
7 of breakdown, okay. And then we're going on.
Councilwoman, I do want to bring up, if you don't mind,
Yeah.
about the Smitherman building.
Okay, yes, I have something to say about that too.
Okay, I know that we, got those bids,
I got contract.
and we know that, that the insurance company has paid so much money toward it, and we do have, the Friends of the Smitherman that wants to assist with the others, and I know right now we're in a, trying to determine how that's going to happen, but I think we need to proceed with go ahead and getting the AC and heating unit in
Yeah,
in the,
Yeah,
right, the cameras up,
yes.
because, the building need to be secured regardless.
And I agree with
Until we
you.
can determine through, based on what the attorney has to say, where our plans are, how we can go with that, but I think we need to proceed, and we haven't, the mayor
We'll see,
wasn't
but,
present today, but.
The last, the reason why we called for a meeting, I would like to say this, we did call for a meeting, remember we called for a meeting with the Friends of, no, they had a meeting. Some things that they discussed with the mayor. And,
After we met?
at the meeting which we did not get with them, the
No, I mean, we
mayor-
did have a meeting. We had an initial meeting at Smithman Building.
Yes. the
Are you
meeting-
saying a meeting happened after that with the mayor?
Yes.
Oh.
They had a meeting with the
Oh.
mayor, without the committee being present on discussing some things that they wanted to do.
And let's put that into perspective, they were called into a meeting, they didn't initiate a meeting. They were called and asked to be here today, and they weren't available today, and then they said, well, can you be here tomorrow, next day? And so they went into that meeting, I spoke with Mrs. Spears, who was, asked to come to that meeting, I think Ms. Jackson as well. And- Yes, ma'am. That they were present at that meeting, and some things that were discussed that, you know, you all weren't privy to, and neither was I as the board representative.
Right.
But I think what they're trying to do, if I'm correct, you want to say it?
Yeah, they wanted to lease the city building. They were,
They,
the Friends of Smithman wanted to, they met with the mayor. They wanted to get the attorney, I knew about it, and the attorney, and I told him, I talked to the lead too. They were trying to find out from the Attorney General, AG office, Kennedy, city property you cannot lease.
yeah.
And,
See, what I think they were trying to do, hey, Ms. Spears, how you doing? What they were trying to do is something like, the partnership like the city has with the old depot. And they were trying to say, we'll take care of everything with this building, we'll continue to take care of the maintenance, so that they wouldn't be put out the building. I don't know if you're aware, but after we met, then the keys were taken from them. And that's what, I guess, precipitated or caused them to go into a meeting, but,
Did they inform them in the meeting that they had already met with us?
I guess. Or
Concern.
maybe they were aware that they did. Ms. Spears is shaking her head saying that they did make them aware that they had already spoken with us and that we were working on something. And then they came up with maybe them taking over and having some type of partnership, which I know we don't think is a bad idea. Look at the money that they have spent into ensuring that preserving this building and ensuring that it's secure and staffed. I wasn't aware as a council member that they had a staff member from September on or November on.
Nobody was.
Right, I wasn't aware of that, and they paid out of their pockets, out of their nonprofit or their Friends of Smitherman status.
Well, we need all these buildings treated the same across
Same
the
way.
board when it comes to rental. We need a person to be able to come in and rent this building.
And that's what they were going to be able to do.
Just like they would if they walked in and renting it from Terry Davis.
Right.
And actually, in my opinion, they all need to be under the same umbrella. The city, period. And that's my opinion of it.
Well, my thoughts were like the Old Depot, that we don't have we don't really maintain it. they do their own fundraisers, and we haven't been maintaining that building like we should.
Yeah, and that's why I think it's theirs.
And so, then I thought that would be a really great option, but they would still allow it to be rented out and things of that sort, but, they could still be a partner with us in facilitating that, but I wanted to make sure that I brought it to your attention where we are with that. I know it's a legal matter, but I wanted to make sure that we didn't get lost in all of the other things that are going on and not take care of what is at hand. What is at hand is we have a $13,000 check, and that we haven't gone for, and they're willing to put up the additional funds, and we were willing out of our
Yeah,
funds to put up the
we
additional
all, I
funds.
thought we were all at an agreement when we met together. I thought we were all in agreement on how we were gonna work this out. Never talked about a lease, anything.
No, nothing like that.
We all were gonna help each other out in the matter
That's
of
what we
the
agreed.
friends of the building love the building. So it helped them out in that manner, and the city, needed that partnership in that manner.
Yeah.
So I thought that we had a good relationship.
We did.
Building
Until-
session.
Until their keys were taken away.
Yeah.
Right.
So when you take away, you know,
Yeah.
the friendship, when you say, wait, this is my party.
I mean, even under the umbrella of the city, why not have the friends operate? I mean,
That's what I was thinking.
I don't have a problem with the friends operating. I mean, why?
Volunteer. I mean, it would
Uh-huh.
pretty much be a volunteer situation.
And we all agreed, we had all agreed and talked about this here, and we had all agreed that we would invite the mayor since he's the day-to-day operation. But they went a step further when we had requested, Corey had requested for the meeting with all of us together, with the mayor and Friends of the Vulnerable and the committee, all of us this is what we agreed to. But then they went the opposite way. They contact, the mayor's secretary contact them and left us out, which we were the one that requested for the meeting. So for you to work, you gotta work together. You can't work against the committee.
If I recall
You can't do
correctly, I
that.
think
But it
Ms.
puts us between a rock
in a hard place. If I recall correctly, Ms. Spears made me aware that in the meeting, she asked where were we? They had a meeting, and were we involved in this, that we know? Because of course, when they get the call, we will meet with you after trying to meet with them previously and getting.
But there's not been, this committee consists of Thomas, Benjamin, and Johnson. As far as I know, Johnson,
He
I
had
haven't got a
been-
call, and we two have been to the public buildings meetings.
Yes. Johnson had
And to
been
the
one.
meeting at the Smithman.
And you have, and Councilman Jackson has been with us,
As the representative for the
represented
area.
in the area, other area. And so,
So to this date, I don't know about a meeting that we were invited to concerning everyone.
We weren't.
who went up?
So even after that meeting, we haven't been invited. And at this kind of table is where the decisions are made. So public buildings and public property comes under the realm of the Selma City Council. So you asked a good question when you went in that meeting. You asked a very good question, where's the committee? Because that's important.
And we was agreed to do the things that you required, you asked us. And that's why we wanted the person that run the day-to-day
Do
operation.
you think, at our next meeting, that we could help facilitate, and that'd be one of the topics, that we could go ahead and get the security and things over there taken care of, and then we could have that conversation about them partnering with the city and volunteering or.
That's the way I thought we were going.
That's what we
into
agreed
a
to.
partnership.
Right.
We agreed, that was what we agreed to at first. But, when someone tries to go around you and do opposite, it causes a conflict.
And that's
moving
not what you
forward.
all were trying to do.
And not you, we're not talking about you. We're not, no. When you ask this committee, we agreed, we said and we talked, and also we agreed to have a meeting with the mayor, present, all of us together. Not this.
With the friends.
Yeah, not this, they call the meeting, call you in and change the route that we agreed
And I
to.
think what Councilwoman Thomas is alluding to is that she asked the president, to do an email, am I correct?
Yes.
To send an email
He
to
did.
the mayor. And he sent
Several.
an email to the mayor and unbeknownst to us, their keys were taken. And then they were allowed to meet with the mayor or asked to come into a meeting with the mayor, but or the administration or whoever, but we weren't there, and they were concerned, and then they made them aware that we talked to them and what we were trying to do. And if we can just get back to the point where we're working together for that, because we had made great progress and great strides.
That's what I felt.
We did. We truly did. We even had one, and that was, I think that what Ms. Jackson saying, and what we all agreed to get the bids, which we did get the bids.
We got the bids.
We had the bids, but we're waiting to move forward.
We had the bids within a week of our meeting. We had all the bids, and so we've just been waiting.
Did they not tell you to move forward? Because that's what, when we were in the meeting.
They haven't even talked, Miss Spear, they haven't even talked to us.
To this day, no one
To
has
this
spoken
day.
to me.
We weren't even aware of a meeting.
We don't know
between
you.
you all. If you hadn't called.
If you hadn't
known
called, we
that
would never
another
knew you
meeting.
had a meeting.
Well, it was, we kind of got caught because, I mean, we had, our keys were taken. And I started trying to call to see, because when I went to the building people and they said, no, this came from the mayor's office. We can't let you in. And that was when I kept calling. And then 3 or 4 days later is when I got the call. And, I mean, we went, and, I mean, all this other stuff, I mean, we just said what we had all agreed. I mean, I didn't realize we were in a conflict.
Well, it's not a conflict, it's the respect of it. We have a committee, and we agreed to work together, and, I don't understand why people don't like to work together to move things together.
I agree, because,
And,
I mean, we had a wonderful meeting with y'all. I mean, honestly, I just thought, man, this is done, and then the next day we get our
Yeah.
keys.
Well, you're not the only one the keys been taken, because it was told to me that the council this committee was responsible, saying, someone approached me saying, why did y'all have anything to do with it? They say you guys had the keys being taken. I said, no, we did not. We did not have anything to do with your keys being taken. I say, that is dealing with the mayor and his department head. That's not us. We had no control of that.
And let me apologize, Ms. Spears, Ms. Jackson, because when we met, our only goal was to ensure that things were done properly. We took the time to meet, to hear your concerns. After the committee meeting, we met with you all to address some of the things that were addressed in the meeting. And what our desire and their desire, and they were going to allow me to come in as the ward representative, was to approach the mayor with what has been stated, work something out, get something that everyone agrees on, then present it as a united front. And we're sorry, because it should never, you all should never be in a position of conflict. You're the citizens, you elect us to do the hard work and the heavy lifting. And so we apologize. That wasn't our intention, and you know it because of the meeting you had with us. We were able to work.
I thought it was a done deal.
Yeah, me too, we were ready to move on.
Right.
We had bids.
Right.
And we still have the 3 bids, and that's what I've been waiting on to present those bids to the committee and move forward. Let's do what we need to do. I'm not into no competition with no one. We're working together.
Okay.
And that's what we want to do.
Hey, I believe that.
And I believe in working together. I'm not with that. We want to move forward especially with our building.
Yes.
We want to. And we'll be bringing that to the floor. We're gonna move forward.
Are you going to bring that to the floor next meeting, or are we meeting about? So if so, I need to put it in your notes.
Can we move forward with that? Since we got the building, all the buildings proposal of doing the work.
Ms. Spears, do you mind coming?
Can you come sit right here? Can you,
Miss Jackson, you can come.
come on.
You can come.
She said she
I know
couldn't
you
hear
said
me.
you couldn't
She a
hear.
part of, let me get my junk at y'all, wait. Can I get y'all, let me get my junk.
Okay, so I thought Councilwoman was going away, but if she's gonna make a recommendation, we have to have a clear recommendation.
I want to have a clear recommendation, because I believe, now, I promise you my word, when I say I was gonna help you guys
And you
and move
have.
forward, but I don't like, when my, I
So
just
when
want-
we met, when we all met together, I wanna go back over that and make sure that we're all on the same page. Because you all were gonna help in one area, and we were gonna help in the other area. And at that point, you said you had to meet with your
With our board.
board.
That's
What
right.
did the board
The
say?
board said they were all in favor, and they approved the $10,000.
Okay, that's what we need to do.
Do you know what month it was?
It's the letter that I gave you.
It was-
You remember with all the, I think we put one in everybody's.
Yeah,
file.
you gave,
Okay.
she got one.
Okay, good.
That was the letter she gave me.
Okay.
It's been a minute.
So they did approve the $10,000?
Yes.
Okay. And you were gonna work on the end that we couldn't work on, so there was an end that we couldn't work on, but we could use our oil lease money, remember?
Right.
And you were gonna work on whatever end we couldn't work on.
Exactly.
With the $10,000. Okay.
Because I wanted to bring that before the council to let them know, but we never got a chance to do that. So I want to move forward, I want to move on that.
Okay. What else did we discuss? Because I don't have my notes.
We discussed the cameras and the cages.
Yes, and that's why we had got the bids.
Right.
They look, we have 3
We
bids.
do have 3 bids.
Yes, we have 3 bids. I have.
And you should have gotten a copy of this that said we approved the $10,000.
Oh, yeah, I have this, I think I do have that. And this, I
That's not
want,
it, that's,
you don't have the letter, the first letter she give about, oh, it's in here.
And you
It's
all
in
would like
here.
to continue your volunteerism?
Yes.
Okay, your availability
It's with
through the
that,
week?
we also agreed, if we can get all this going, if we can get the air conditioning, to continue to employ Donald Barker 20 hours a week.
That you guys will pay.
That's.
yes.
Okay, it's in here.
Let me see,
I think it's in there, I did see it, it's in there.
Right.
But see, I need to bring this, we need to move on this, we need to go
We
ahead.
will
on
all
it.
be out too, just because.
How many hours was he working before all this happened?
20,
And he's working 20.
and we've got him 20 now. And he's helping us inside the building to keep the fans going and,
Okay.
you know, that kind of thing that, just for the checking for the safety of the building.
So, I'm gonna read, and this is totally from our meeting together, okay? So at the meeting, you all were going to get with the board for approval. The board then approved the $10,000 that you can use in the area that the council cannot use all these funds.
Right.
The council will pay the remainder in all these funds, okay? And this is including cameras and cages. You would also like to continue your volunteerism there through the week. And you would also like to continue to employ Donald, and I don't know his last name.
Barker, Donald Barker.
At 20 hours per week.
Yeah,
And this is a contract.
And your board will pay for this amount?
And it's a contract with him.
Okay. Contract. Are you all still in agreement with what we went over in our first meeting?
Yes.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
okay.
And you know, I didn't know, we have not seen any kind of lease or anything that's being drawn up, you know, that,
I was told y'all had copies of some sort of lease agreement.
no, we have a copy of this,
No, this is a general contract.
Somebody said that y'all had a copy of that.
We didn't know anything about the lease.
that's it, it's just crazy.
see, now I got a little of it, I talked to,
Janie heard it in the wind.
I heard it in the wind, and when I get things in the wind, I do my own research too. So I called it, I heard in the wind that you guys was trying to lease the Smitterman building.
Well, that was what he said, that
Okay.
to do it on the same type of thing that the old depot has.
So that was a suggestion to
That's a
you.
suggestion.
You didn't bring that to the table.
No. And we said, well, yeah, we could do that, but we don't have any money. We don't have the money to keep up
That's a lot of money.
everything that would entail.
And then when I heard that, I went and did my own, I called the lead, and I wanted to know with public buildings, because that is a public building. And I wanted to know, can you lease a public building, city public building? And the lead told me you could not lease a city public building because they are all in like the same, or you rent. And when we rent
Public property.
Are you saying that there's not a public building in the state of Alabama that the city rents to a private?
No, what she's telling you is what the league told her is not legal.
legal to lease.
Whether there are or not is a different question.
And then me and Woody, and I told Woody, I let Woody know that I was on top of it. Because they tried to go around me, try to do other things that I wasn't aware of. And by me being, we have a committee, the committee didn't know, but it got out. And
Well, I called Maya.
I'm glad you did.
Because, I really felt like, and actually, the mayor was the one that said, wasn't that who said called Maya?
Oh, no, that I can't remember. I just.
And
my
tell
understanding
her
was that the
what
agreement
we've done.
was gonna be drawn
And
up.
we're just as
Council, so.
innocent as far as, we were trying
No.
to get something
You know,
done.
this is.
Our
this
key
is-
was what was important.
This can be ironed out right now. The most important thing is to get the air conditioning because the
And that's
things
why
that-
I
the
did-
things that are in that building.
And that's what I said, didn't I just said, I
Let's
need to
just-
bring it
let's-
before, that's
just
what
get
I
this
wanted to
done.
do.
Get
And
this
it
done.
could have probably been done way before
Right.
now,
I'm sure.
what we had started to do. We could have brought, that's what I've been holding the bids for, a
We
long time.
had the bids a few days after we met with y'all. We got the bids.
And I've been holding three bids for the longest, and,
But one thing doesn't have anything to do with the other as far as what's in the building, because what's in the building is gonna run no matter who has control over it or whatever you wanna call it. The main thing is we wanna protect what's there and do that as soon as possible.
Yeah,
And the other
and see,
thing
when
is-
she got the word that you all were going in a different direction.
yeah.
And so when she got the word that you all were going in a different direction, she didn't even make the recommendation to the
I didn't
council.
even bring it,
She didn't bring the
cause I
recommendation
had
to the
got
council.
the different,
And,
I said, well, they going in
I
another.
tried to call you back several times, and I'm sure you were busy.
Yeah, I've been real busy on some
Anyway,
things, trying
I
to
just-
do. Yeah,
but I'm
and that's what I wanted to do, that's why I said we have committee meeting, so you guys can come to, and then tell us, we work together. If we wanna move, I'm not trying to go around nobody, we're trying to work. This is what this committee is about. And we'll bring this, I wanna move on it because we started on it.
I know, and won't it be fun when you get it done?
Yeah.
We did it.
Together.
Together, that's why I said we wanna do it together. Not to go another way because I did, and then I found out that that Woody and both of us, can you do that? And then you have to call the Attorney General. The AG have to let you know, is this illegal? Can you move like this?
If we can, you know what, if we can just get our air conditioner in and.
Well, you probably could have had your air conditioner.
And we'll have,
to move,
and
we
then
could
we
move
get
it.
We were ready.
volunteers.
It was ready.
We were ready.
We were ready.
Well-
We had got
So
the
it's gonna
bids.
come up at the next council meeting?
Yes, we got work session.
Yeah, that's why I wanted the language to be specific as to all
Work
of us agreeing
session
to the
is
same
next,
thing.
what, next Monday?
Next
Monday, y'all
2
come, you'll be brought up.
Well, work session is Monday.
And council.
The meeting where we can actually make a vote is Tuesday, the next day.
That'll be at 9. Y'all meet on
So,
Monday,
April
Monday,
is flying
Tuesday.
already, yeah, We meet Monday and Tuesday. We used to meet Thursday and Tuesday, now we meet Monday and Tuesday.
So are we talking like the 9th, 8th, and 9th?
Mhm. Monday and Tuesday.
Okay.
Yeah, we got a work session, we have to put it, discuss it at work session. Then we have to do our vote at the council meeting. So you guys wanna hear, you can come to the work session, hear what we talk about it, and then you'll hear from each council how they, their results, how they feel
And we
about it.
can't vote until Tuesday.
Tuesday, we do the vote Tuesday.
I can't anticipate that anybody would vote against for 9.
Well,
Well, you haven't been to council meetings, have you?
come to council meeting. So that's why I said.
It's tricky.
That's the reason
You'll
why.
vote for it, right?
Yeah.
And my council will vote for it.
We're the
She's
committee,
bringing it up.
we're actually making a
We
recommendation.
the one making the recommendation.
I would say if you have some friends on the council, and I tell people
we would,
this,
yeah.
Invite them.
when they call me about anything that they want us to vote on, just,
And I tell them.
you can lobby for it in the meantime, lobby for it, call
Call your
everybody.
friends and have,
And know
so
that
they
we're
can
talking.
hear.
Not my friends, the council.
The council, and
My
just,
friends don't have a vote.
right, your friends don't have a vote.
Well, you got
And-
the council.
And call your representatives.
My, if I was.
Maya shall
All of us
represent.
are your representatives. This is the city of Selma, so all of us are. You get to call all of us.
You call
Okay.
every council person.
Maya
you
is
want.
your area
Cause you're gonna have to
representative.
get the vote from everybody.
Well,
I'm just
Benjamin
Angela's
vote
alarm.
for it.
That Angie right there.
I'm Angela. You said, will Angela Benjamin vote for it?
She said she would.
You're on the committee.
That's a
We
yes.
are on the
So we got
committee.
3 votes.
And just call the council members and tell them what your passion is, how much you love the vine, everything you told us in the meeting, and you know, and before you get off the phone and say, I would like your vote, do I have it?
This is what I
Always
want.
get off the phone without with a yes or
And,
no.
and we're about, I'm gonna tell you, I'm about doing things right to move forward. And, I just don't like when people try to do other things when I'm about teamwork. Working together moves a lot in Selma. I'm not a divided person.
And I just wanted to work in it. This is,
Find out if we can just do air conditioning.
And that's what we wanna do
That's the
with it.
thing.
And I think we'll probably have to cast 2 votes, and I think we need to do it separately so that we can do the first half, the most important half first. And then if there's some adversity to the rest, we can iron that out later. We'll
Yes.
see what the vote is. Go ahead and do, the air conditioning part.
Yeah, we'll do the air conditioning because that was our main, that was our main issue
And
we
then we
talked
can move
about.
on with the other
And then we'll
things.
move on with the other things.
well,
Absolutely.
I appreciated y'all coming to our building.
Yes.
And, you know, Angela's been there bunches of times.
Yes.
I know, but it was just nice to have y'all and want everybody to feel.
And that's what I want to
Enjoy
do.
what it
As,
has to offer.
Yeah, and we want to continue the partnership. I love this public-private partnership thing that's sweeping across Selma finally.
Yes.
I love it. I love it.
We need to
Everybody
connect.
has ownership.
Everybody, you got to
We
move
have
Selma
to.
forward,
If
we
it's-
all have to work together. It's no mind or it's connected.
We just,
Thank you.
Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so much. And y'all welcome to come to the meetings now.
And
okay,
invite the other to come to.
thank y'all again.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
And one more thing.
And thank the board for us, please, Ms. Spears.
Oh,
Tell them a big thank you
absolutely,
from
I
us.
will.
Mhm.
Because they've all been so, everybody cares about that building.
Absolutely.
We've been struggling, so it's good to know that we're about to see it all happen, thanks to y'all.
Absolutely. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you. And another thing, I would like to put is dealing with the property, city property.
Okay.
I visit the cemetery,
Mhm.
both properties. I visit the Lorenzo Harris Cemetery Sunday.
Mhm.
I'm very disappointed with the loved ones that we have out there in that cemetery. And I'm calling on the city of Selma, people from, what's the other cemetery out here? Go like we're going out Dallas,
New Live Oak?
New Live Oak. Is that New Live Oak?
I'm not sure.
It's,
Old Live Oak is the first one that you pass, it's across
Right.
from the,
At the traffic light.
Yeah, right there, and then the next one, after you cross the creek, that's New Live Oak.
okay.
So at the traffic light.
So
is
we,
Old Live
well,
Oak.
I would say for both of those
Okay.
cemeteries. You know, we have a lot of debris, branches, a lot of things out there in that cemetery. Especially, I'm very disappointed for the Lorenzo Harris Cemetery.
I heard somebody
it is
dumping household trash.
It's
Household garbage.
household trash, grass need cut, debris, branches. We went Sunday, I have 2 family members out there, we go out there regularly. My mother, she was 86 years old, brought tears to her eyes
Mhm.
because she said, what has happened to the city of Selma Cemetery?
Mhm.
It needs we need some people, and I'm gonna be calling on some people we're gonna go in and move all
So you're
these.
just gonna do a call for volunteers,
Yes,
not a
I wanna
recommendation?
call-
Okay.
I want to call for volunteers at both cemeteries.
Mhm.
This is our city, that we don't have public work people to go out into those cemeteries. We got plenty of people with weed eaters, lawn mowers, grass is overgrown over people's graves, branches everywhere. And I just want to, if people really love Selma, we can do some of these things ourselves. So I'm gonna bring it to the floor, that with these cemeteries, we need to go.
You're just gonna issue an all call?
Yes, because when
Okay.
people come in town and bury their loved ones and go out in those cemeteries, first thing people asking us, what has happened to Selma? And I just want us to go out there and let's volunteer, let's clean up, let's pull all these broken branches and debris and people got blowers, and we can do some of this stuff ourselves, because it's a lot of loved ones laying out there, family members here in Selma, that we can do something with that cemetery.
Okay. So we have recommendations on the contract. I marked those in blue, so we'll give it to the attorney. We have a recommendation to make concerning our partnership with the Friends of Levon Smitherman. And this is not a recommendation, but you're gonna also issue an all call for volunteers for
City of Selma.
the cemeteries that you visited. Okay.
We need to do some work.
All right.
May I say something for you?
Yes, ma'am.
As we speak, we're working, the Preservation Society is working on a grant.
Okay.
I mentioned it to some of y'all the other day about getting the letter, and President Bowie, got the letter for us when we couldn't get it from the mayor, saying that it was all right to ask for money to repair the roof at the Dallas Academy. Of course, when you ask for a grant, that's not a guarantee that you're gonna get it.
Yes.
But I want you to know we're doing, we're also asking for money for bird school, and, the impetus for this grant was the First Baptist Church down there on Martin Luther King Street. And when we got into reading the grant, we found out that it was a re-granting process, and that you had to ask for the money and then hand it back out to other venues.
Okay.
So, we asked to do it for all these different places, and then asked for the maximum amount of money. You never get it, but then, we said, why not?
Okay.
So I just wanted y'all to be aware that we were doing that, and hey, maybe Christmas will come and we'll get the money for all of it.
Who's gonna be the fiscal agent?
Well, the Preservation Society, the Selma Dallas County Historic Preservation Society will be the one that will get the money, and we will be the administrator. And the reason we did that was in hopes that we could get some money for our projects.
Okay.
Because you can't apply for it and get money for your project, but we thought if we could be the administrator, and some of us that work as volunteers could get the money, then we can turn it back into, use it on.
You mean take the administrative fee?
Yes, ma'am,
Okay.
include a fee.
Okay. So you all are going to include the administrative fee into the grant itself?
Oh, yeah, that's part of it.
Okay, gotcha. And this is re-granting. So First Baptist, the roof at Dallas Academy. What was that third one?
Bird School.
Bird School.
And Charlie Lucas's building, his studio, because it's in
Does it have a name?
Charlie Lucas's studio.
Arts.
That's the name?
He got some.
9 Lockdale's address,
Okay. What are you gonna do with Bird?
There's a hole in the roof.
Oh,
And
okay.
remember we discussed that when we were talking about.
Yeah, because I was worried about a hole being in the roof at City Park.
Right, and, when I went to deliver the letter this morning to Mr. Peterson to ask him to get it signed, when we couldn't do it earlier, I just said, we gotta have it today.
Yeah.
And, he said, well, what about School of Discovery? Can you ask for that too? I said, no, it's a little late now. But the reason that we added Bird was because we didn't want it to become like Fremont School and be
Right.
another abandoned building
Right.
Yeah.
in the Old Town District, because it cost us more money than we could afford to put that roof on Fremont School.
Well, that was my spiel about City Park. Same
Yeah,
thing,
I know it.
same thing. I don't need another abandoned
No,
building.
you don't.
I don't have a whole lot of abandoned buildings, but I don't want another
No,
one.
you don't want one.
I don't want
This is,
another.
I have
and
one.
see, we thought we had Fremont fixed,
Mhm.
and that's why we went on with the original Wild Rock Street across the street, and it wasn't fixed, so the
Mhm.
roofer we had.
We don't
did
need
his
him
job,
on.
but that happens sometimes.
Okay, well, hopefully you all will get it. It seems like it'll benefit,
Yes, that's right.
benefit a lot of people.
Yeah.
How much is it?
750,000.
Okay.
But like I said, you never get it all. And
Yeah, of course.
Whatever we get, it'll help around here this.
Hey, every little bit helps.
Yes,
Speaking of which, I have, been trying to email the mayor about what to do about art camp. I've got $5,600 in grant money to put art camp on. But I need a directive. I mean, you know, and I need to be getting the applications out now if I'm going to have art camp.
Where did y'all go last year?
Say again, please.
Where did y'all go last year for art camp?
Art camp is in June and July, 1 week in June.
I mean, where?
We
Location?
were at Charlie Lucas's building last year.
Okay.
But
Yeah, they were in there.
And you're trying to get back in your original space, right?
This is the email that I sent to the mayor 3 times.
Well, let me
this
see
week,
it
and
too.
I got no response.
Give it to Angie, I want to
You
see
sent it
it.
3 times?
Well, that's what y'all told me to do. And, so then I hand delivered a copy this morning and had to push it under the door because I couldn't get anybody to answer the door. Well, you know how it is. So I need to know what to do, you know. I hate to waste the grant money. I mean, I went to all the trouble to apply for it. It's not an easy thing, you know that.
This is very tiny. Are you asking him?
Oh, no, I had it,
Are
that
you,
was just size.
by Adam, thank you. Don't forget to email me. Are you asking him in here, can you get back in Dallas Academy, or are you saying something else?
Well, I said
That's
that,
good.
to see, if, I feel
You have an
like-
area that you can go back in without,
Well,
that's not damaged?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
When some of the girls were posting information on Facebook about wanting to get back in the ceramic program, someone else posted that was actually one of the workers down there at the Dallas Academy and said, we're working as, you know, y'all are chatting about this and that we will be out of here in 90 days. So,
Really?
I don't know what else is involved in there. I don't know what else they gotta get in there and do, or whether, you know, what, but I just felt like if it's gonna be finished in 90 days, that's before camp would start. If we can get back in.
Who said it would be finished in 90 days?
Let me see.
Mr. Lovelady was the contractor. You want these glasses?
Oh, what
Miss
is
Benjamin
I know
said
that's
it's
real tiny.
Ooh-wee. Well, I hold back like this.
I know there's the potential to make a whole lot of money if we can be back in the Dallas Academy. We had it at Charlie Lucas's back last year, and we had children come, but we didn't fill up. It was a different place. And besides it being different, they enjoyed looking at his artwork. But at the Dallas Academy, you've got separate rooms that you can get in to do the projects you need to do. They're not as distracted. Plus, they've been there before, or they know somebody, and they're comfortable.
We have
Are
some
any of
kids,
those
yeah,
rooms
we have
damaged?
children.
Say again, please.
Are any of those rooms damaged?
The only room, there was one room damaged. Now granted, it was smoked up, but the merchandise that we had, that we were allowed to move out into Charlie's building, the smoke smell is dissipated now, so I feel like it's dissipated in the building by now,
Okay.
you know.
So you, how many times you sent the mail?
3?
3 times and you have not got a response? Did you send it to his email?
I sent it to that address, it's right there.
You know,
What
we
you
have that problem here with City Hall.
I knew you did. And I
We
just-
send stuff and, it's true. We
I
send
mean,
stuff.
I don't wanna make anybody mad.
Well, you know,
I
we're
just
not
wanna-
making anyone mad.
I just wanna do what I need to, you know,
Well,
that's it,
this-
yeah.
I can see it now. This is gonna bounce back to you every time. Let me show you why.
Okay. But if it didn't tell me it was coming back.
It should, because this very error right here,
What is that?
he's not gonna get it. AL, you see where you have Selma-AL com? You don't have .com. See right in there?
Okay, I see a dot.
Go and try it again, one more time.
Well, it's got a dot.
Where?
It's got a dot, it's got
Where?
an AL dot.
Where?
I promise it's a dot.
Let me
It's
see.
got that.
I mean .gov. I don't see that.
Well, I promise you I see it.
Let me see.
But I'll make sure, but mine only tells me if it's not deliverable.
Yeah, mine too. It'll bounce back. Mine will bounce back.
Sure, mine too. There. But is that the correct address?
That's one of them.
Selma-al.gov.
That's the right domain. Now, that, where you say mayor office, I would tell you to send to mayor office and mayor.
Okay, well,
It's
this is
something-
the address
let me
that
tell you.
Jackson gave me. You tell me what to send it to,
Hold
and
on.
I'll send it another address.
I'm gonna see
No,
what
send
I
it to
got
both.
to
Send it to
send.
that one too.
Okay.
Make
We
sure.
got some, let me see what I can send
the
it
other
to you.
one.
We got one, hold on. I know, they gets it now, I'm gonna tell you them. know they do.
Okay, also send it to, hold on.
Now, John the Show having a meeting in public.
Okay, that's the one you sent it to. I'm trying to get the other one.
You see, I normally put the applications out by the 5th of May to all the schools in the county and the city.
Mm-hmm.
And then they come back in within the month and I'm full.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, school ends the middle of May, so I've got to have them out before that.
Yeah, you gotta get them out.
But I gotta have them printed first, I
That's
mean,
right.
you know. And when I took it to the mayor's office this morning, I mean, it just looks like nobody lives there. It's terrible. What if we had some big person coming in here with an industry or something,
They
you know?
won't get in.
We like the man told me Friday when I was there, he's a good luck. When I had an event, and I didn't even know, I had to call the chief of police to get my event done. And
Oh, did they bring your stuff?
Mr. Fitz, I had to call the chief of police
I remember you having.
because I never seen nothing in City Hall run like this. Never seen nothing like this in my life. I went through a lot, but we had it for the community.
Okay, also do mayor, secretary, not mayors, but mayor, secretary at the same domain, Kenny.
Mayor Secretary at selma-al.gov.
And then you already have mayor office, so
I
send
said it again.
it to both of them.
Okay. On the cemetery, the Old Town Association has cleaned up over at Old Live Oak at 2 different times. I feel like if you do an all-call, people will come, and then maybe, you know, some people that have the folks there will spearhead folks to come back and keep cleaning up. Because it's sad when you have stuff there and you can't get it cleaned up.
Trying to make sure it wasn't 3 emails, so I see 2 that we've been receiving emails from, those 2.
Well, do
Right
I need to be sending this to y'all too?
Yeah, you can CC us anytime you get ready.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
what are those addresses?
Yeah, let me do you one better. Send you a test email with us already on it, hold on. What's your email, Candy?
Duncan, D-U-N-C-A-N. The number's 98 at bellsouth.net.
You feel so like, oh my gosh,
So,
I thought they were out.
well, see, my husband worked for the phone company for 35 years. And he had internet before anybody else did because he was within 5 miles of the phone. 3 miles of the phone company's office, and so we just kept it.
Oh my goodness, I thought they were over with.
You could change it to something else, you know, but it's AT&T is the provider now. But that's the address I had, so I just kept it.
Jane, you still at, Jane Thomas, 37? Okay,
Yes, I'm seeing it.
making sure it didn't change.
Thank y'all for trying to work and not throwing your hands up and going home.
It's been done up there. We have had elections in the middle of a cycle before. In fact, it was your representative that left us. Dr. Newton got out of here. You know, one night Dr. Newton got up.
He walked out and didn't come back?
No, it was
did.
a she. She got a threatening message on her voicemail. And her husband was like, "We're out of here, Selma." Yeah. We kept her here with us until they went to, find out what was going on at her house. But her husband had to call to tell her there was a threat on the voicemail. I mean, people are crazy.
Yep, but you can't, yeah, they do that, but I don't know what's wrong. I'm gonna tell you. All I wanna do is the city is dying. You can look at, people come across the bridge, the bushes drying up, everything. And as leaders, we try to,
Susan.
all of it.
Well, I think we ought to make the bridge a park. I think we ought to.
You know what we need to do? I met with a lot of other cities
And what is that?
on beautiful Alabama. I want to adopt our bridge. They keep it clean and they doing little things on the bridge.
Well, we could do that, but if we made it a park, so we could charge for people to go in and walk across it, then we could make some money. Because it's expired now anyway as far as traffic. And if they put another one in down there where there's all that vacant property at the end of Church Street, you know, down there by Arts Revive where that fell in, and have it cross over right there, then you could still have it in this town. And then we could have it where you can walk across it and get money.
Okay, can you check to see if you got it, Ken?
So my phone's over there.
So I just sent you a test email.
Good.
With all of us on it.
And Angie, what I do is give him what we change.
Are we adjourned?
We want to dismiss.
Are we adjourned?
Yes, we adjourn.
Okay,
We adjourn.
I was thinking for a second, I just want to make sure
Okay,
we're.
we adjourn.
Okay.